All right, so as I've been thinking about how to structure the videos for you, I originally thought I would make the videos for just the PupScout parents for their homework for the week, separate from the online course that some of you are taking. But now I'm realizing, why not just put them together, because it might help all of you who are doing this by distance also. So it's very cold today, colder than it's been all summer, and we're about to enter winter, so I'm a little shivery. I spent a lot of time in the water with everyone today. So here we go for homework. Well, let me just tell you the things that we actually covered today. So it's a bit different than I originally intended. There are a few things that we didn't cover for, certain reasons, and a few things that we did cover that I wasn't expecting to. So in the end, we did vehicle etiquette, which also includes getting in after the adventure as quickly as possible, not hesitating or going around the van or anything like that, but just getting right in, and not whining, barking, not being fussy while we were driving. I started using the release word, okay, and I say it just like that. So if your dogs are working with me especially, always use the same tone, the same sound that I use. Try to replicate it as closely as possible. So I say, okay. It doesn't hurt for you to practice saying that with me. We did start practicing off-leash recall because it went so easily with this way. Now I do use this way when we're turning to go a different direction, because it's a command that's used in movement. Never use it as a replacement for come, but that being said, I almost never say come because it's so boring. Dogs don't want to come to you if they're playing and you're just standing still. That's lame. They do want to come with you if you say this way and all their friends go and they are like, oh, you're going somewhere cool, you're going somewhere different, then they're going to want to come. So the off-leash recall just happened by consequence while teaching them this way. So I say it like this way. So we didn't have to practice off because they didn't jump on me. So we just kind of skipped that, but I might end up teaching the people at home how to teach that to their dogs anyway, because it's very helpful. Swimming skills, we did a lot of that. We spent a tremendous amount of time on that actually. So we practiced feeling comfortable in the water, walking in deep water, starting to swim, mostly assisted swimming where I would hold them or hold their harnesses. And last but not least, we covered, actually one more thing, or two more things. So go back. We started doing, wow, my lips are purple. That's how cold I am. Go back means get behind me. So they ended up learning that also just by chance, because I have a hip injury and I had to ride my bike today. So they got some exposure early to running next to a bike, running next to a dirt bike or a mountain bike. I was on a mountain bike today. And so anytime dogs are naturally doing something, you have the opportunity to use the command word that you would use to ask them to start doing that thing. You can say it after they do it naturally, and that will help them connect in their mind, oh, this behavior means that word. And it's much easier to teach things that way, if possible, rather than try to teach them this command out of nowhere. So we started doing this way on similar paths to what we will do in the future, where there was a lot of plant life very close to us on the trail, and they would go behind me naturally behind the bike, and then as soon as they would do it, I would put my legs out on either side of the bike, sticking legs like on either side of the wheels, and say, go back, go back, good, go back, good. So I'm just using it over and over and over, every 30 seconds, every minute when we were on that trail. All right, so here's what you can do at home. Oh, also, finally, when I stop in total silence without saying anything to the dogs, I want them to start noticing, oh, Toby has stopped. Now, you might think, wow, that's such a hard thing to do. But it's not when you have other dogs who already know it, which is the whole reason why I set things up in this way, to have influencers, to have teachers, to have dogs that know what I'm talking about, who can show the other dogs, oh, this is what she means. So, or this is what we do, right? Like, Raven would kind of look up and be like, I don't hear my mom coming. It could even be from like 50 yards away. She's like, where's my mom? Her bike isn't making a noise right now. She just knows. She knows if I'm not moving. And a lot of the other dogs have tuned into that as well. And so we started doing that too. Just because it started happening. And my dogs know it anyway. So the other dogs started learning as a consequence. And once I realized that, I started doing it intentionally. All right, so here's the things you can do this week. Number 1, practice saying to them, get in, having them jump in your vehicle, and then to do a test ride, stop, put it in park. That's one trigger that dogs usually have where they start getting excited. Then unbuckle your seatbelt, wait a second, then turn off your car, open your door, and then close your door again. Now, any of those things could be triggers to make dogs be like, oh my God, we're there, and start barking or going crazy or pacing. You want to praise them anytime they are not doing it. Say, good. With each new piece, every unbuckle, every put it in park, every time you say, good, when they're calm. If they start making a fuss, you say, no. Just say it. Very clear, very concise, just a no, okay? And then you start going again. You put the car back on. You click your seatbelt again. You put it in drive. And you do that a number of times to get them conditioned that just because you're making these clicks and these noises is not necessary. It does not necessarily mean they're getting out right away. So, we want to do this on a regular basis, tricking our dogs. And we want to keep that up for a long time, because if we stop doing it and then obviously we get in a routine of doing it, then they're likely to start doing it. So I want them to just be calm until I give them permission to get out. So then this week you can open the door, say, wait, good, wait, and then say, okay, and they can get out. As soon as they get out, please direct them to go somewhere. So like, here's a path, there's my van. If you were to do it, let them out and start walking immediately down the path. I don't want dogs to get in the habit of just wandering around a vehicle near a road. That's not cool. All right, next. So off-leash recall with this way. What I'd like you to do is go to a place, not an open field. I want you to go to a place, if possible, where there are different turns. It could be a bike path, a path at a nature center area, like a natural hiking area, where you're going to have different options. You can go this way, you can go that way, you can go this way. And by the way, if you have a dog that already knows this stuff, it always helps to bring them so they can influence your dog too. So drop the leash a little bit, loosen it, give it some slack, and then turn a direction saying, this way. If you need to, give a little tug. Give a little indicator tug that we're going that way. Try to surprise your dog and try to, if you can, pick up your speed once you make that turn, make it exciting, start jogging with them, give them a treat. Do something interesting, because the whole point of this way is for them to associate that with novelty, excitement, fun, that it's stimulating and interesting. So do your best when you say this way, try to pair it with other things that are actually fun for them. I haven't done stop yet, so we can ignore that right now. Swimming skills. What I'd like you to practice I started working with the dogs to go in little creeks, feeling more and more confident crossing where they can stand, and then experimenting little by little with places where they can stand. I feel like the phone is shaking because I'm shivering. Sorry about that. Have them cross where it's a little challenging for them. But here's what I want you to practice. Try, even at home, picking up your dog by their harness and get them used to that feeling and that idea of you picking them up by their harness. Because as I teach them more and more, especially with a dog like Yuji, he's a big dog. He's heavy. It's going to be, I can't really pick him up completely I can, but my hip restricts me in some ways right now. I can't easily pick him up and hold him in my arms. So I may have to hold him by his harness. And I want him to feel totally comfortable with that. Sunshine also. Just make it so that it's not such a strange sensation for them. And make it a fun thing. When you practice, be like, good job. Yeah. Good job. And give them a treat. Give them a treat before you do it. Before you go to grab their harness, right? Give them a treat, bringing them in, and don't do it shockingly. Do it gently, and then lift them. Good girl, you're so brave. Good job. And then put them down, give them a treat. Make it a really positive thing. Go back. You could try that. You could try go back. And what I do is I put my arms down, my hands down like this to block them on either side of me. You can do it if you have a hallway. Anything where other obstacles help you to really create a physical barrier between your arms going down and the barrier, they have to stay behind you. So you can say, go back. You can start off by doing it the way I did it. Just when they're behind you anyway, start practicing by just saying it to them. If you would like to practice training them, you can have them on a leash, say go back, and pull them back, direct them back, and you walk quickly forward, and then put out your hands to block them and say, go back, right? So the pairing, they should start to associate not only is go back when they are behind you, but to go back, you need to put it in their muscle memory to start here and to go back. So that's where first they understand what it means, go back, when they're already doing it. The second part of that learning that we build on the first part is you say go back, and they need to have it in their muscle memory that means, oh, I go behind my parent. Again, super positive. And I think that's really everything. The other part of the other parts of like getting in after adventure, if you take them to the dog park, if you take them on a walk, if you take them wherever and they have to get back on in the vehicle, make sure you're walking up the trail, you're getting close, have them under control. As soon as you open the door, say get in, get them in the habit of right away they get in your vehicle. No messing around in a parking lot, no going around the vehicle. It's like when we're getting close, we might pick up speed. I'm going to open the door. You get right in. And make sure they get in, again, the muscle memory of doing that. And the piece of stopping in silence, you could try that at home. You could try that at a dog park. The thing is, it's a question of, do you feel confident having them off leash the way I feel confident having them off leash with a pack of dogs already, right? So I have the benefit of a pack that is strengthening their incentive. If you don't feel confident enough to have them off leash, you may not be able to do that as much. If you have a long leash, a long line, you might be able to do it. If you're on a trail, maybe you have a 30-foot lead or a 20-foot lead. So you would kind of have them sort of close to you, close in, and then you kind of drop the line and let them go ahead, but you stop. Hopefully they figure it out and they realize, oh, mom stopped, dad stopped. But you may have to give a little tug. And if you want, you can say nothing. and just have them kind of turn around to notice you. You could also potentially start using the word stop, but I'm going to teach them that in future weeks. So it's up to you. But these are ways that you can just reinforce the learning that we've done today. And I hope that helps. Remember, the other videos in the series are going to show examples from our day. That will help you to, have more information and to see how the dogs did, and to maybe learn from the different techniques and, information that I share in real time. And so if you have time, watch those as well. All right, well, good luck, and I hope this really helps all the learners out there, whether they're parents of PupScouts or by distance parents of PupScouts. Good luck, and I hope this is part of an exciting learning journey for everyone. All right, bye.